You ask why I'm mad, what the hell did I do? Oh, you mean besides breaking me in two? You wonder why I left you for dead? Better hitting the road than your fucking head. Now that you need me, now you say, won't you take me back today? Never mind, you stay the same. You just want another chance to scream my name. Jesus says to forgive, but that ain't how I live. My heart's got holes like a sieve, no absolution to misgive. The whole idea's inflated for someone I justly hated. You can stay frustrated, forgiveness is overrated. It's fucking overrated. It's fucking overrated. You think you can hurt me, then just move on. You're the darkness, I'm the dawn. Sit your bitch ass down and admit you were never worth a goddamn shit. When my heart was bleeding and dying, you looked at me and asked, why are you crying? Couldn't be you whose morals are doubtful. You can never be held accountable. Jesus says to forgive, but that ain't how I live. My heart's got holes like a sieve, no absolution to misgive. The whole idea's inflated for someone I justly hated. You can stay frustrated, forgiveness is overrated. It's fucking overrated. It's fucking overrated. Anger is a fucking survival instinct, and in the staring contest you'll blink. I ain't moving, I ain't forgetting. You're the loser that I am letting go. Give you the chance to hurt me twice. Fuck no, my heart's turned to ice. Not worried about you, you don't need to fear me, but I bet through this distance you won't ever hear me. Curse your name, put it in a jar. Let's just see how fucking far you get in life, treating people like shit. Kiss my ass, this is fucking it. Jesus says to forgive, but that ain't how I live. My heart's got holes like a sieve, no absolution to misgive. The whole idea's inflated for someone I justly hated. You can stay frustrated, forgiveness is overrated. It's fucking overrated. Don't you dare ask me to forgive. I goddamn hate it. Forgiveness is fucking overrated. Forgiveness is fucking overrated.
Hey, you're here with the Hurricane Girls here live. I am Sheila Chappelle, America's ex-girlfriend, Category 5 Hurricane Girl. We are still on our hiatus for the winter, but that is swiftly coming to the close, and I am so excited about some things that have just come about today. Like there's some bookings that we just got today coming up this weekend. We're going to record season 4, episode 1, and we're going to have Officer Francois Clemens. It's Officer from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Is going to be on our season opener. It's going to be on December 23rd, and we cannot wait to sit down and talk with him and just discuss our childhoods. And then the week after that, we're gonna have Lamb Chop and Mallory Lewis on the show, your whole childhood in one podcast. So I'm super excited about that. Tonight we are again still on hiatus, but we're going to bring you one of our best of shows tonight. This is one of my favorite shows with my favorite band. And this would be the episode, of course, with Gold Steps in it. And I'm just really looking forward to revisiting this tonight and getting to see Betty, who's been on our show twice now. And so, in just a moment, as soon as I'm able to pull up that show, I'm going to get it right to you. This is the Hurricane Girls Best of with Betty from Gold Steps. There we go. All
Nice
right.
job.
I remembered. Yay.
But I wish that I could say to you,
Bigger than your love of pink! No! Lulu!
that someday it would lead me back to you. Sitting here getting my fat bitch on, and I have some friends that apparently don't like me.
Working twice as hard to get half as far. Just to be told we should change who we are all night. Yeah, for life. But it's so nice I keep on mine. Winning rent free, yeah, for this whole time. Nothing makes the sunshine brighter than the wind. I'm winning rent free, I keep on mine.
Just in case anybody was wondering what's coming up. And now, here's our intro.
I'll give you the hair tie right off of my wrist. I'll turn it up if you play Taylor Swift. I'll gas you up when you're acting unhinged. If you're done, if you're pissed, I'll help you burn down a bridge. I'm an always got time for my girls, girl. Wherever you are in the world, girl, I'll be right there when you call me up. If you need to cry or wanna get drunk, I'll be your number one hype girl. I got your back in a fight, girl. Round after round, I'm always down. There ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl. Yeah, there ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl. Hey. Woo! Round after round, I'm always down. There ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl.
Hello, hello, everybody. It is Tuesday night. You are watching Hurricane Girls here on youtube.com at Hurricane Girls. So great to see everybody and so great to be here. And my daughter's texting me. So yeah, it's so good. Tuesday nights are always the best, even though apparently my childhood has decided to die this week. God, losing Theo from the Cosby Show, and then Ozzy fucking Osbourne. I mean, I literally thought he should have been probably dead a couple of decades ago, but he made it this long, and I thought he might live forever. But here we are, in an Ozzy-less world here tonight. But it's great to be with everybody tonight. This is the Hurricane Girls. We are the Daughters of Darkness, the Sisters of Rage. We are the goddesses' curse against mediocre men and nature's happy little accidents. I am Hurricane Sheila Chappelle, America's ex-girlfriend, Category 5 Hurricane Girl. And I have with me tonight four of my besties and one, hopefully, that will be, and maybe more that are going to come in. I would like to say hi to our salty historian, Mary, author of
Hola.
Women Make History Better,
That's right, we do.
and also a wonderful calendar with history of women that you can purchase on the Salty Historian Etsy shop. So go
Yes.
and
20
pick that up.
2026 will be coming out soon.
Nice, love it. It's not that close to that year. It can't be. Can't possibly be. And also, author of The Year of Dating Myself. I finally got the book. It finally came in from Amazon. Abby Rosemarin. Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, hanging in there, man. Hi, it feels like it's just been turbocharged a million miles an hour. But you know what? I'm here for it.
Hey, to my right, Hurricane Jen, not only a fantastic Celtic singer and musical instructor and film music maker, but also my vocal trainer. I love it. Yeah,
Hey, Lee, how's it
yeah.
going?
It's doing better now that I see you. So now that I
Likewise.
see all of you. And new to our show tonight, down directly below me is Hurricane Gabrielle. It's so nice to have you. We've interacted a lot on TikTok, and I just fucking love everything about this woman. So welcome to the show, Gabrielle. How you
My
doing?
pleasure, thank you. I am I'm doing okay. I did have to slam to Midol like not even 20 minutes ago. So if that tells you anything,
Well,
but that just means I have all the more rage all being built
yes.
up right now. So
We love it. And I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna introduce our guest. Here's Betty from Gold Steps here. But first, a couple of announcements, if you don't mind, and we'll get into everything about you and your band there. I do want to mention that we are provisionally certified by the Creator Accountability Network. If there is anything in this show that you find has done some sort of harm, please address the creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org and they will help us to make it right. That's what we have them for, is to make sure that we stay in line and in order and reducing harm. So check them out on the web. I do want to again plug Abby's book. It's out. It's in people's hands now. The Year of Dating Myself just came out from Simon and Schuster. We just came in from Mary's Calm Before the Storm Live. And also just a couple of past guests that have got a few notable things. Musical Nugget just dropped a new single called Global Warming. It's a hot track. Go check that out. Also, we want to give a shout out to amazing director and author Jennifer Reeder, who recently was awarded the Lily Wachowski Anarchists United grant. Amazing. She was on our show. She's a friend of our show. She's an amazing director. And she also works with this lady. I don't understand what's going on there, but no, she's fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, that's quite a lot to mention. Just do want to mention briefly, in case you're curious about former go watch back the former shows, but upcoming shows, we will have visits from Miss Andrea, Miss Emily, from Natural Velvet, a nice little alt rock band. Blank Era is a new chick metal band that we're going to be checking out. Renee Bell from Gilmore Girls is going to be on the show in September. And we're also going to see my daughters, Britt and Kat, coming along. New Enemy, a brand new alt metal band from Dublin, Ireland, wanted to be on the show. I said, cool, let's do it. We're going to check them out. And North Omaha Cat Lady, the Rebel Eves. Next week, we'll have Ellie from the Cancellations on the show. But tonight is a night that I have been looking forward to for a while. Because I don't know if you know this, Betty, but I'm a huge fucking fan. Like, I've been listening to your singles pretty constantly over the past month or so since we've gotten to know each other. This is Betty Moritz here from the band Gold Steps from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. Thank you for getting my name right.
Did I say it right? I was
Yeah,
so
you
worried.
did. A lot of people like butcher it and they're like Maurice or something, and it's like, nope, it's just Moritz. It sounds like there's a no, but there's really not. But yeah, like thanks for having me tonight. I'm stoked to be here.
Of course, and one of those bands, one of those artists who it seems to be very much with your finger on the pulse of TikTok. And when you say that you respond to every comment, literally every single goddamn comment. It's every time, like I find you quicker in the comments quicker than I would in DMs usually. So I love that you interact with the audience out there. But you're not exactly a new band, right?
No, we've been around for 9.5 years almost. So yeah, it's been a while. But we actually, it's funny that you say that about TikTok because we resisted TikTok for a long time. I was so like overwhelmed and intimidated by it because like when we first started the band, like even Instagram was kind of like newer. And so like back then you just posted stuff and the people who followed you would see it. Like everything you posted, they would see it. And it was like in chronological order. Like anybody new who's like new to the internet who's like hearing this and is like, whoa, no way. Like, no, for real. There used to not be sponsored ads in the middle of your friend's posts when you went to their profile. Like it's changed so much and become so much about marketing and algorithms and things. And so it was years ago when we had a manager friend who was like, you guys got to get on TikTok. You guys got to like, this is going to be the next big thing. We were like, no, you know what? We've seen stuff come and go. Like, we're just getting the hang of Instagram. We'll wait it out. And then the pandemic happened and we still didn't take advantage of it then. And so we finally started posting on it, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. And we've taken breaks from it for mental health reasons. But now that we have new music to promote and everything, and we had taken a step back as a band to kind of figure out like, all right, what are we doing and what do we want to be doing? And I said, okay, I think I figured out a way that I can mentally handle posting Instagram Reels and TikTok, but that's where I draw the line. Somebody else is posting YouTube Shorts.
You do have them out there. I've seen them today, but yeah, I mean, you've obviously, I think you do a lot of the social media, right? It's you that people are talking to online, not some
Yeah,
publicist, not some not some agency. It's literally you out there interacting with your fans, which has to be simultaneously exhausting, but also gratifying as well.
it is. Yeah, it's nice to know that like when I meet people and or like when they're messaging and they're like, so I don't know who I'm talking to. And it's like, no, it's me. It's literally just me. Like I'm sneaking away at work to go like message people back or answer comments. Like it's like I take a break from my like work that I'm like, paid by the hour to do. And then I like go and like check my phone. And I I love the people who are like, oh, not every comment, because I always see that eventually, and I'm like, well, I might
Mhm.
be a few hours or a couple days late, but I did find you, and I'm not letting you get away with that.
You
But it
you
is
you do have to sleep sometimes and eat, I would assume. Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, I do. I do. Me and Trazodone are really tight lately.
I take it we're all familiar with things that make us sleep even though our body says no.
Yes,
But
very much
yeah.
so.
Yeah. I think we want to get into and talk about your band, but I have a feeling that we have some people out in the viewing audience right now who are not quite as familiar with you and don't listen to you every day like I do and Mary does and whomever else. She she's gonna have to tell you about her reaction to Narcissist here at some point during the show. Um, but I'd like to share a song with your permission. Your newest single is called Rent Free, right?
It is.
So let's start there. I think maybe that's the best way to get to know you is to listen to the new shit right off. Tell me a little bit about this song though, before I play it.
So the song is about a man. I read a lot of songs about men who've pissed me off. And women too. Women too. They don't get a free pass from me either. I've had some friends on both sides on all over that were like besties with me at one point, and then we hit a wall of values not aligning. And I've continuously learning throughout my life that I need to relearn the lesson of like cutting ties with people before it gets to the point where I'm like, oh, I would shove you in a wood chipper if I could right now. But this one specifically was about, so we parted ways with a band member late last year. Things hadn't been working out creatively or personally for a while. And they obviously were not happy about it and kind of went and told a bunch of people that we used to be friends with in Texas, because that's where the band started. So like old colleagues or peers, if you want to call it that. And this one guy who like literally I have talked to maybe a couple times in my life, another vocalist in the scene, took it upon himself to like rage in our DMs about, a bunch of shit and just like basically like call us traitors. And like Zach, who plays guitar in the band and is my husband, he started like reaching back out to the dude to be like, whoa, like you don't know the whole thing. And I was like, I got this. I'm the one who did the cutting off. I can answer for myself. I've got this. And the dude just like, I was just like, bro, like I've literally sent you compliments. I have barely ever gotten a response back from you. We literally haven't messaged each other in like 4 years. And you care? You care why? Why do you care? It's so weird to me. And then he just like devolved into just name calling. And I was like, look, man, like if this makes you feel better, by all means, please get it off your chest. You've obviously got something that you need to like direct at somebody. And he just kept like saying like traitor and all this shit. And I was like, okay, well, are you okay? Are you okay? Because this really seems like an insane reaction to have to a situation that doesn't involve you at all. Like 100%, you are not involved. And then he was like, yeah, are you okay? And I was like, I am doing great, man. I'm in a great place. I have this like person out of my life who was not contributing. We are in the best place we can ever be as a band, and we're about to go start writing a new record. And he just like stopped responding. And after that, like Zach insisted I just block him, so there was like never an issue again, because he knows that I'll always get the last word in. But I was just like, why did this dude let this situation that he had nothing to do with, like, why am I in his head rent free? Which I am a-okay with that. Like, go ahead, like, let me live up in there, because I literally don't know why you aren't focusing on your own fucking shit. Sorry, am I okay to swear?
You can absolutely swear,
Okay.
goddammit. Yes.
So that was why, like, the whole thing, like, and as we were writing the song, I kind of like just moved it over to being like, okay, well, it'll probably be a little bit more like easy for people to identify with if they consider it to be about like an ex, because a lot of people assume songs that I write are about like an ex or something like that. Usually they're about an ex-friend, not an ex love interest, because I've been married for 8 years. There hasn't been a lot of dating going on in my life for a long time. But this, like, so the idea of like, I'm up here living rent free, and you know what? I kind of like that fact. I really actually enjoy that out of all the times I've reached out to compliment you, you couldn't be bothered to give me your time of day. But this is the thing that made you finally like say more than like a 2-word sentence to me. Like, wow, dude. Like, I kind of hope to this day he wakes up in the middle of the night and thinks about how pissed off he is at me for something I didn't even do to him. Like,
Yes, and hopefully
it's
he hears
delicious.
this melody in his head when he's doing it too. This is Rent Free from our guest, Betty Moritz and Gold Steps.
The water's so nice, I can't go. Traitor, God, I really hate
absolutely fun is that song, though? Like I know it's that's a bop. That's a fucking bop. Like it's fun, and yeah, definitely recognize Lake Michigan there, and all that. What do y'all think? Like I've talked a little bit. What's your first reactions to this song? Gabrielle, how do you think about
It's
it?
making me nostalgic. I miss my home state so much. And I was one of the comments again, 4 hours, and you responded. And I was like, okay, I love that. And the music definitely just, I don't know, like more, how do I say it? Not carefree, but just lighter times, right? And I had a huge phase with the alternative, the pop punk, and so this just feels like nostalgia. It feels like childhood. And then you put the hominess of a good old Wisconsin beach in the background, and yeah, it's definitely going to be one of those that's going to be on repeat for a while.
I think so. By the way, I forgot to shout out JL in the house. How are you doing tonight?
Doing well. Happy to be here.
Glad to have you. Morgan has come in the door as well, and I think Morgan has forgotten that she's met Gabrielle before
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
TikTok.
not
Yeah.
in person though. She fine. I said what I said.
She's never going to take that compliment. I think to cover it up. It's okay. It's a panel full of fucking beautiful souls on here. Beautiful outside, beautiful inside, and all for different reasons. And I love that. But yeah, Jen, you are a resident musical expert. So what did you think?
I loved it. I love how refreshing it is, and it's really great to see, to hear in the sound how much the musicians truly enjoy it. And Betty, your voice is like sunshine and bubblegum, but it's got a little bit of edge to it, which I really love. And it's, obviously you're a badass lady being on the show, and the lyrics are so badass, but I just love how the song's joyful, even though it was based off of a very stressful experience, and probably caused a little bit of rage, and a little bit of distress and anxiety. But I really appreciate that the overall output was something so refreshing and sunny, a little hardcore. And I think it sounds like, even though y'all are from Texas originally, I love how it kind of represents the Midwest too, right? You've got a little bit, especially around the Chicago, Milwaukee area, got a little bit of hardcore. You got that Midwest hospitality in there. You got that sunshine because there's not enough sun in the Midwest.
Right.
And I like that juxtaposition, and you can hear that in that sound. And I just thought it was really enjoyable. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. Even though we started the band in Texas, the only member who's from Texas is Zach. So I grew up in Milwaukee or just outside of it. And then
Awesome.
when we moved up here from Austin, we had to find new members. So the current other members, Ryan, who plays bass, and our drummer, John, they're both from the Milwaukee suburbs too.
I love that.
Yeah.
You can hear that in the sound. That's great.
Well, Abby, you should know a lot about living rent free in people's minds, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of what this was about, right? So
Honestly, when you were talking about, especially that high level of hostility that guy had taken upon himself to go into the DMs, and I was like, oh, I feel this on a visceral level. And I kid you not, I was actually rocking out to Rent Free on my drive home from work today, and it really is, I don't know, there's something also empowering knowing that someone who did cause a lot of harm and stress and grief is like, oh, but I'm still living rent free in your mind, and I'm just going off and chilling and living my life now. Cool.
right, I've already forgot your name, and I'm living just upstairs in your dome all the time. Yeah, Mary has been slowly boiling
Now,
to
hold
the
on.
fangirl
It
fever
sounded
pitch
like
here.
It literally sounded like you said Mary's been a slut. Thanks.
No,
Okay,
no,
I heard that too. I
that's
heard
me.
that too, if it's anything.
That's me.
You.
I
We
said-
slut praise here. No slut shame,
I
slut
said
praise.
what I was meaning to say.
Only
Is-
hour one, guys. Come on.
Mary, yeah, right. We wait till
Well,
hour
my
two
pussy won't
before.
show up.
Right, right. Yeah, Mary has been slowly fangirling higher and higher as the day goes through. So, what's your reaction to that song?
I am so in love with everything. Like, I have been blasting Narcissist in the shower every fucking night. Like, it is so apropos right now. And like hearing this one then, and I'm like, that's gonna be me in a little while. You wait, it's gonna be me in a little while.
Hmm.
So
Because we want to make
sorry,
sure
I'm really
certain
fangirling
people.
right now. It's bad. I'm fangirling so bad right now.
Morgan,
No.
how you feeling down there?
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. I first of all, I love the song. I definitely love the song. I was rocking out. Shout out to Texas. And but yeah, it definitely brought me back to an individual who had the audacity to be married and slide in my DMs and then talk about some, oh yeah, da 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 da. I'm not gonna say because it was degrading, and it's like, why? I'm like, after almost 10 years, you decide to find me on Instagram and say what you say, and I'm living rent free, but you're married. Yeah. Good luck with your I can't find it. So yeah, rent free.
Jay, you're somebody who's used to living rent free in a lot of men's minds on TikTok. You and Gabs there. What were you feeling?
I was rocking out, really. I think that it did bring me back to the times of driving around, sunroof opened, doing some things I probably shouldn't have been doing, but just jamming out, enjoying some time with your girlfriends, pushing along. It was really fun.
I
How
have
do
a
you
question, if I
feel?
may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because after listening to this song and the last couple songs that I've been playing for a couple days, I just want to know, how cathartic is this for you? Like, do you really enjoy as much as like a listener enjoys hearing it? I'm sure singing it only feels that much more powerful.
The best part is getting to perform it live. So like tracking it is one thing. You have to like, be perfectly on time so that the recording sounds good. But when you get to play it live and you have those moments where like you're almost like screaming the lyrics, like this one is very like you mentioned it being very like poppy and like upbeat and that sort of thing. Whereas like Narcissist, like when Narcissist is live, like that, I get to a point where I'm like, I feel like I'm like almost guttural screaming it at some points because of how like much like that anger still lives in me, thinking about the experience that like spawned that song. Whereas like Rent Free to me is so much more cutesy because the whole thing just made me sit back and be like, wow, for the first time, I know that I have the upper hand, and this person knows it too because there's no reason why they are reacting this crazily back to me. Like everything I said just like irked them even harder. And it was funny to me, like for the first time where I was just like, wow, dude, like you are unhinged, my friend. Like get off the internet. He's like somebody who's like loves to start shit on Twitter too. And I'm just like, this person is so miserable. I don't have time for this. Like I literally have to go write a song. I have to go like practice for our next show. Like I don't have time to deal with you, but it is so nice to know that of all the attention I ever wanted from you in the past, that was like you like praising what we did, as a fellow musician, or just even just getting like, a thumbs up from you. I actually love that you hate me now because I could never get your approval to begin with. So I guess the next best thing is just to know that now every time you think of me, you can't stand it. Like,
I love
enjoy.
that. How do you feel about your music being compared to 2000s Paramore, Avril, even Riot Grrrl influences? Like, how do you feel about that?
I love it because that's what I grew up listening to. Like, I'm the same age almost as Hayley Williams. I think she's like a year older than me. So like I started music so late in life. So a lot of the things that influenced my tastes, we probably grew up listening to a lot of the same stuff. And it's crazy to think like at the same time she was writing the music that influenced me, like I just, it just wasn't my time yet. So now knowing too that it's funny how many people try to use that as like a disparaging comment too, like, well, Paramore did it better. And it's like, yeah, but you guys would literally like give your left nut if Haley went back to singing pop punk. Like
Right.
these dudes want to talk down on it like it's a bad thing. I'm like, no, because I know in your heart that if this was Haley singing it, you would be all over it. So the only reason you don't like it is because you wish that she was the one doing it. And that's okay, because there are literally dozens, if not hundreds of other bands that are still making this music that people are whining about on Paramore message boards. Like, I just wish they would be pop punk again. Why? They already did that. They've moved on. Let them move on and continue to kick ass in every genre they try to tackle. And some of us who are making that music that gives you that nostalgic feeling, like, we're doing okay at it. So, like, give us a shot. And most of the time we can win people over, even the people who try to like hate or troll in the comments. Most of the time, if I respond back and give them just a little bit, like I've had a couple of people be like, all right, you gave it right back, respect. And I was like, it's such a weird way to earn your respect. But if my music couldn't speak for itself, I guess I'm glad my sass could.
Courtney
These are weird.
had said similar things too. As we all have a mutual friend with Betty Courtney Klinkert from Definitely Maybe.
I love her.
So yes, an amazing person. I tried to text her to see if she wanted to pop in tonight, but I think she's got some things going on. She's busy all the time. But yeah, just feeling like I don't even feel like it's a continuation necessarily. Stylistically, sure, the music sounds similar, but these are themes that are current, contemporary, that people are feeling, that women especially can get behind. And I feel like that's a theme that you have going through, the sort of a thread you have going on, is empowerment, especially
Mhm.
female empowerment.
It took me a minute to get there because our first and second EP are much more like somewhat like woe is me, or like, oh, I'm struggling, I'm suffering. Like it was more like about like my mental health, and after going to therapy for a while, and also like I just think with as you get older, my mom described it as like I'm really, really close to running out of all the fucks I give about just about anything in my life. So
Mhm.
I think I've gotten to that point where it's like, it used to make me mad when people are like, well, things are always going to happen, but it's your decision how you decide to react to something. And I'm like, sometimes you can't control those emotions. Like, I don't necessarily believe in that. I think we need to react to things the way we need to react to them to get that out so you aren't, suppressing those things. But it has been a somewhat change of mindset to realize that I could dwell on this thing and it will continue to piss me off, or I can deal with it. For me, that's writing a song, getting it off my chest. Sometimes the songs are shitty and suck and we don't put them out. And sometimes they end up like rent free, where it's like, wow, this needs to be the first one that we put out because we're just so excited about it. And I really, really think that this empowerment phase, hopefully it continues to last because it is so much more fun. I feel like I'm writing so much strongly than I used to because I'm not like looking at things from a place of like pity or not being able to get out of them. I'm in a place where it's like, all right, I'm the one in charge. I control the narrative here. So in that narrative, I want myself to feel strong, and I want anybody else who's going through the same experience to know that there's the next side of it. You'll get past it, but it's kind of fun to live in the anger and the rage for a moment. So like, let's do that and let's get it out on stage so we can actually be productive in our normal life because we don't have dudes taking up space. Like, I'm not falling asleep because I'm thinking about this guy. I'm not falling asleep because I'm so excited about all the great stuff that I'm doing as an accomplished woman who is driven and determined to not let shit like that get me down.
Where's the name come from? Gold Steps.
Gold Steps comes from a song by a band called Neck Deep, and it's a fittingly empowering anthem. It's there's these lyrics that go, sometimes things will bend you, but trust me, you'll be fine because I've been moving mountains that I once had to climb. and life's not out to get you despite the things you've been through, because what you give is what you get, and life's not out to get you. But the song, the name Gold Steps, I don't know what that means to them. I just loved that song so much. And I was like, this is like that perfect moment where this is the song I needed to know that whatever I'm going through, I can get past it and I'll be better for it. So, and we've met Neck Deep. They gave us their blessing to use the name. And we actually have a t-shirt around here somewhere. That's one of our first t-shirts that we got as a band, and they all signed it for us at Warped Tour.
Can you all hear my daughter singing in the background? I didn't know if that was coming through. She's like in the other room here, just going off on some K-pop Demon Hunter tracks there.
On my niece, I said, "Sang, baby."
Yeah, so I just wondered if y'all could hear, because I can definitely. But yeah, Herman, by the way, is
I'm
our
glad you
artist. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
love to hear that they gave you their blessing, and I'm excited. How do you feel like Warped Tour coming back? Because that was cool. Like I went to the last one before I moved out of the state, and I was just like, this can't be over. It can't be it. And are you excited to have that back too?
I am. We tried to get tickets, but I was like in the line. I had my tickets. I was gonna check out, and then I was like, oh, but then I'd have to fly to Long Beach. I have to get a hotel. I don't know what our life is gonna be like then. So I went to a bunch of them growing up, and then we actually did play the last cross country Warped Tour. We submitted online and got picked to play in San Antonio. So that was like a bucket list item for me. So I can say I've played Warped Tour. I would love to play it again, even more so now that it's like the revised version and it's like come back from the dead, so to speak. But it was interesting that now that Warped Tour is back, some of those other smaller tours aren't doing as well. Some of those like more regional festivals have like, I think the main used to have 8123 Fest, and I don't think that came back this year. The summer school tour with Adobe is still going, but there was a different summer one, that Sad Summer Fest, that was also run by the main, and they stopped doing that this year too. So I don't know if it was just like those had run their cycles, or if because Warped Tour's back, it's like, you know, the big thing is back. So let's kind of like take a step back and see how that goes for them before trying to keep having too many, you know, festivals running in competition with each other, essentially. We all only have so much money for concert tickets every year. I think it's the same reason why, like, when we were Young Fest, same thing, put the tickets in my cart, had like a hotel package and everything. And then I looked at it and I was like, you know what, though? That's like an entire EP's worth of recording money. I don't think I can. I have to make the smart choice for me.
Your heart says that there's never too much festivals, and then your wallet says, yeah, but there is.
The businesswoman in me says, well, this could all technically be a research expense if I code it all correctly. But I don't think they would. I think that would be too much of a tax, you know, write-off. I think that'd flag somebody.
We all in South by Southwest too.
I could check.
Oh, we do have an accountant in the panel here.
I've been pretty good about like not overly claiming things. Like there are things where I'm like, I could probably claim this, but I'll pick and choose my battles because, I mean, literally when your whole life is your band, especially when you're like married to the other, you know, like another member, like we literally never ever like we don't go a day without talking about this band. So like everything we do is in somehow like way, shape, or form like involved with it. But you know, we pick our battles with it.
Your husband's name's Zach, right?
Yeah. He plays guitar. He's the one with the nipple hanging out half the video, which is why I laugh. Because I'm like, wow, well, at least somebody got this show.
You know, why that's okay for men, I will never know. But
there's just so many clips of it where I was like, you know, cutting it up for TikTok, and I'm just like, yeah. And then there's your nipple. It's very nice, but
we'll have to now see, because there will be more videos in the show later. We'll have to look and see if we can play spot Zach's nipple. Then maybe it'll be there.
Poking through, just a little sneak peek.
We've talked a little bit about it, like what made you decide, hey, this music is the thing I want to do, I'm going to pursue it, you know, to the extent that you're able to pursue it now. I know you have a day job, but Like, what made you, obviously the hope is to not have that day job anymore. What made you decide to get started on this and start recording?
Well, so I had tried multiple times throughout my like life to start bands. You know, once I became aware that Avril Lavigne existed, I asked my parents for a guitar. I started writing my own songs, and she had like a backing band, so I was like, "Oh, it's a band, but it's just her. I don't really know." And then Paramore came out like a few years later, and I was like, "Oh, no, seriously, I don't have to be like the focus. It can be like other people." Like, despite like my outgoingness, and my like want to perform for people, I need like backing. Like I need friends, I need support, I need people behind me because I am the first one to be like, is that okay? And everyone's like, just do it, just do it. But I like having a team of people to like help guide. Like I mean, I go through some like manic phases sometimes where I'm like, this is what we should do. And I need people to kind of rein my bullshit in, if that makes sense. So
Let's be real. You're the focus, honestly. No, you're standing there. You're the blonde in the middle of these guys who are, by the way, towering over top of you.
they're so tall.
Yeah, they're tall, and you're the one in the thigh-high boots that's prancing around the stage. Let's not diminish how much you're a fucking superstar at
I've
what you
tried to
do.
convince them to wear the thigh-high boots, but they would get too hot, is what I'm led to believe, is that they just couldn't handle the heat of the boots.
It wasn't the heels at all.
No, no, definitely. I mean, have you seen their calves? They're fit men.
Well,
They can handle a heel.
I did see you putting the suntan oil on at least one of them in that video. So,
That's Zach.
oh, Zach, that
Yeah.
figures. I
Would have been
can.
weird if I picked one of the other guys. I think their wives wouldn't have been too happy with me.
If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to tell me exactly, but how old are you?
I am 35 and a half.
35 and a half? Because you look
Mhm.
so, like, I wouldn't have pegged it for a day over 25. So, I
I
mean,
wish. I
you're,
wish I had the wisdom I have now, but I wish I had the joints and the stamina of a 25-year-old.
yeah, I've heard from male members of Definitely Maybe that they appreciate your stamina very, very well. That apparently there are some crushes there, but
Aw.
um yeah, it's interesting, seeing that you went through all this. You had to stop for COVID for a little bit, as did we all. Like I'm one of many whose career was absolutely upended by COVID. And then I still haven't got it back on track. I'm still working on that. But, just thinking, you know, how you're building back up, it's a different world right now than it was before then. How is that in like live shows or the precautions you take even?
I drink Emergency every single morning. Zach and I do. We have a little cheers, cheers fuck face to each other. So we have our little shots of Emergency, and that's how we cheers to each other before we leave for work for the day, which I think has helped me not get sick as often. I also have like, it's not even really a placebo effect, but I really like when I can sense that other people around me are getting sick, like I like just like manifest like, nope, we have too much going on. We are gonna eat healthy. We're gonna drink a little bit more water. We're gonna try and rest and not overexert ourselves too much. And we're gonna throw on a mask if we need to, or like maybe isolate for a few days. Like maybe we don't need to go out to the bar tonight. Maybe we can stay at home and watch a movie. So I try to like take precautions in that way because if I get sick, like the guys would have to literally be like, shitting themselves to not go on stage. If I am like congested or my throat is sore, I can't perform in the way that I want to or need to. So that just throws us all off track. So I'm the only one who's really like not like I can't get sick. And I hate being sick. I'm a huge baby. So I do everything in my power to like avoid that. So and with touring, we really don't tour as much as we used to at all. I think the last time we did a really, really big tour was in 2022. And part of that is because with social media now being kind of the foremost way to get your music in front of people, we've kind of moved to focusing on that. We're about to embark on a really nerve-wracking journey of trying to release a song like every 2 months, because as long as there's something new to promote and get people excited about, even if they might not have the chance to see us live, there's a reason for them to keep paying attention. You know, I know people are getting sick probably of hearing the same like 10-second clip of Rent Free, but that's the best thing we've got to work with right now. So
it gets attention though. It does.
hopefully, yeah, I hope so. I know part of it's like the stuff you put on the screen too, like the hook they call it. And sometimes I just like have nothing exciting to say, so I'm just like, all right, we're just gonna pretty much repost the same thing that worked before. And that's honestly what the advice is from a lot of like, I watch a lot of like music marketing people, and they're like, did you have something that went viral or like got more attention than other things you posted? Literally beat that into the ground, which is so annoying because like as a fan, like I don't necessarily want to see the same 8 words or 15 like, you know, second clip over and over again. But at the same time, I understand it. And one of the things that was given to me as a piece of advice was if that person got annoyed because they heard your song, the same song 20 times in a week, then they weren't really a fan, because a fan who actually likes what you're doing probably already had that song on repeat and they're not sick of it because they actually like what you're doing. So that's helped give me a little bit, you know, of like, okay, if they're sick of it, they can just scroll right past. They don't have to pay attention that time. But for the person who never saw it before, those are the people we're trying to find. And then trying to get those people to not just be like, oh, I liked that, but follow us and then be like, oh, they are playing a show near me. I'm going to go to that show. Or, oh, they have other songs probably. Let me go see what else is streaming. Or, wow, I like this band enough and I want to support them. I'm going to buy a $20 t-shirt. Like, those are all like the little things that as a small artist, like you hope that the worst thing that happens is they just scroll past, and you hope the best thing that happens is that they're close enough or you eventually book a show near them and they're like, I love this band. I might not get the chance to see them again. I'm going to go support them. So there's a wide spectrum of things we're trying to get, but the number one thing is not just their eyeballs for 15 seconds, but to actually convert them into like a fan that is like, I can't wait till the next thing comes out. And when I do know something new is coming out, I'm going to be paying attention because I want to be the first one to hear it.
Well, we've had a few people come in. We've had a few people that have come in here that may not have heard the first track. So, Mary, I am going to I've got lined up the song that hooked me. When I found you on TikTok, it was because of this song. It's Narcissist, and I heard the hook, and I was like, fuck, that's my song right now. I'm going to comment on this. I will become friends with this person because this song fucking kicks ass all kinds of ways. So, because I think everybody can feel what the theme of it is. So can you intro that just a little bit to see where it came from?
Absolutely. Narcissist is about that person who crosses the line, who doesn't give a fuck that he crossed the line, and you're going to turn it back around because ain't no way will a man ever speak to me like that ever again without suffering the consequences.
I love it. That's all we really need right there. Here is Narcissist by Gold Steps.
Like stealing time, not wasting mine. And it's opened my eyes. Master of misogyny, mark me as a drama queen. a fucking narcissist. Fool me once, but now I've had it. Better gag me, or I'm blabbing. I'll sink your ship, Titanic. Narcissist. Narcissist. We know you crossed a line, and it's opened my eyes, got my mind in overdrive. Say goodbye to the good guy. Say goodbye to the good time. Say goodbye to the good life. Say goodnight, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the bright lights. Say goodbye to the high life. Say goodnight, say goodbye. You're a fucking narcissist. Fool me once, but now I've had it. Better gag me, or I'm blabbing. I'll sink your ship, Titanic. Narcissist. Narcissist. Say goodbye to the good guy. Misogyny, as a drama queen. Say goodnight, say goodbye.
Y'all, okay? Like,
Play it again.
I love
rewind
that
this
little
track.
signature move. That
At the
Of course.
at the end when you're all like, it does it for me. Every song you're like, I love that so much.
The
Sorry. Go back to
thing
your regular
is-
schedule programming. I'm
No, the thing is, we all are picturing somebody in our heads right now that song is about, and it's like somebody described it. Described the last song. It's a middle finger set to a tune. It's literally I don't know the feelings, the whole feelings. How are y'all feeling?
Everything that pop punk should be. Unapologetic, loud, in your face, cathartic. Like that's the genre, that's the song, and that's the feeling. And I love it.
Jen, you're more of a
Yes.
classical singer, but you're I mean, you're feeling I could see you feeling it too. The fun.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I love all genres of music. I think people would be, when I share anything of my Spotify lists on with like friends, family, whomever, everyone's so shocked. I'm like, we're in the 21st century. Everything's accessible to us. Of course, I'm listening to the things that everyone else is listening to. But yeah, I really liked this one. Absolutely. It's catchy, it's fun. I love what Gabby said, unapologetic. And what I really particularly like, Betty, with this one is I think you just feel this song in your bones. And that really is conveyed not just in the music, but in the video as well. And I love that you're just showing up genuinely as yourself. And yeah, just I think this song is just female empowerment, and I really enjoy it. It's so easy to listen to, which is great and much appreciated. And I see why Mary is totally fangirling. Sheila, of course, too, but I can see why she's giddy now. This is a really good one. I appreciate it.
Morgan got out of her chair for this one.
Yeah, this one is really connecting with Mo.
And shake that ass. Hey, shake that ass. Hey, shake that ass. Hey. Throw that ass, but not on the narcissist. Wait. Y'all ain't about to get me in trouble with my mama. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we've been passing this around for weeks now. And it's kind of been a sort of a Hurricane Girls unofficial anthem at this point. You know, it's power. It's not only in power, it's taking power back, which is a theme I think with a lot of us. So, you know, I think we've just like we can all feel it. We can all understand that one person in your life who just why are they? Why are they like they are?
I don't
Yeah.
know, but I remember, so I have a coworker who also really loves this song, and like I like told her, you know, like who it was about, somebody that like we both know. And I was like, this dude is the kind of guy who would wear a feminist t-shirt, but you know that the second he finds a way to like undercut a woman for his own benefit, he absolutely does it. You know, like it's like about that person who like, you know, he always like insists like, oh no, we're on equal footing. Absolutely. Like I respect you. And it's like your actions say anything but that though. Like you can say all you want that you respect me, but your actions are completely showing the opposite at a time when it benefits you. So I'm only useful to you to call me an equal when it benefits you. The second that gets in your way, I'm no longer your equal, you're above me. And you've made that so apparent to me. And so that's what that song is about. I also feel like when I wrote it, it can be ascribed to many, many people, many men in the public sphere, many men that we might know in our own personal lives. But it's definitely like, it's about all of those men. And it has my favorite lyrics I've ever gotten to write, like all the words in it, like it came together so fast. And there are some that I didn't even get to use. But when we were writing, I mean, how often do you get to slip the line self-filleting good guy in? And it technically can still air on the radio like that because filleting is not one of the words you can't say on broadcast radio.
I caught that.
And how many people actually know what it means? How many people know what it means?
How
the
many
right
men
people know.
How many men know what it
That's
means?
what I'm
Let's be
saying.
real.
Like
Yeah.
seriously.
Like, no.
Like what?
Jay, we don't know any men like this at all.
No.
We'd never encounter any of them
No.
at all.
We would
He's
never
like,
meet a man who would stroke their own ego.
No, they don't set the platform up. They don't lay the foundation. Okay, they don't pretend to walk 10 miles in our shoes and back us up. And no, they're always on board.
right. Which is why
I was just about to ask too, what is a line that you've written that made you feel like you had the last word? Was that one it, or was that something you'd call your most petty line?
That's definitely, I think, my most petty line. It has to be that because especially because when you imagine good guys in quotes, because they're always good guys, aren't they? No, I'm one of the good ones. I'm on your side until it doesn't benefit them anymore.
I love that that's the most.
Our
lives.
I was gonna say
Right.
she's taking it
Honestly.
right out of our. And I the other part of that line I love, part of your chorus, because I don't know why, I don't know where this phrase came from, but I say "gag me" a lot, and so now I'm like, I'm gonna steal Goldstep's second part of that and be like, or I'm blabbing, because a lot of the times it fits, and I'm like, you gave me a new line. I thank you for that.
I love that this is the most petty line you've written, and you actually have a whole other song named Petty. But this is the most petty line. You out-pettied yourself.
Absolutely. And my screen name online, like my personal ones, is Petty D Betty Betty, which is how I started going by Betty because there's a vodka brand called D Betty, and the girls on the bottle are called Betty. So they're like these cute little pinup girls. And I was like, my husband's called me Petty for a long time. He knows that like every bone in my body, I will be the pettiest queen that I can be in like anytime I can. So he was like, we like fit that together, and I was like, oh, that's so fun to say, like Petty D Betty Betty. So then it eventually became Petty Betty. We also have a hot sauce that's called Petty Betty. Hold on.
I love that.
I didn't realize that the D Betty had girls that were named
I was gonna
Betty.
say they don't have deep Bettys in the South. I can't get deep Bettys down here where I'm at. I miss it. That's the best way to make cherry bombs.
Mm-hmm.
That was like
Is
that was our
it-
shift drink every hour.
Oh, so that's a drink and not like no hot sauce, because that's what I thought it was.
Oh no, this is hot sauce. This is we did a hot sauce collaboration. It's called Petty Betty because it's not super spicy. But it's buildable and it's got like pineapple in it. It's a vinegar base, so it's a little more tangy and sweet. So, you know, like Petty, I'm not here to like destroy your life unless you want me to. And you
And
ask
she
for
got
it.
hot petty in her bag, swag.
Guys. All right. Well, we are at the top of the hour, so do a little bit of station identification. You are here on youtube.com at Hurricane Girls, WHGR Hurricane Girls Radio online. We are to be later on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And check us out on patreon.com/Hurricane Girls. We did drop a free bonus episode last week, so y'all can just sample what we do after hours sometimes. There wasn't any extremely dirty stories told on this one, but we've been known. So yeah, it's great to be here with everybody. Jen had to bop out for a bit because she's needing to get up early in the morning, needed some rest. Sim not feeling great tonight. We do want to send our thoughts out to her as she is recovering, and as we are all sort of recovering from the bullshit that we're having to go through every day of this goddamn existence. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Donald J was in my thoughts in the Narcissist song sometimes too. But we won't get into the heavily ankled orange turd tonight. I'm here with Hurricane Mary, Hurricane Gabrielle, Hurricane Abby, Hurricane Morgan, and Hurricane JL. I am Sheila Chappelle, America's ex-girlfriend, Category 5 Hurricane Girl. We are provisionally accredited by the Creator Accountability Network. That's creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org. If you want to check it out, they do keep us in line. They make sure that we don't cause any harm to our community. And if you have any problems, you can certainly reach out to them and they will help us address them and make things better. I do want to remind everybody that we have a fantastic slate of talent coming up in the next couple of months. In October, we'll be talking to Miss Andry and also revisiting again with the amazing soul artist, Miss Emily, who I got to see live and hang out with, have dinner with a couple weeks ago. Fucking amazing artist. In September, we're going to be meeting alt rock band Natural Velvet and a new heavy metal act called Blank Era. So be getting your Spotify loaded up for all of those. I am starting a Hurricane Girls playlist, just added Gold Steps onto it. And hopefully I'll be able to share that at some point so everybody can just get on and listen to the music. And that way our artists get paid whatever Spotify pays. And then it's not great, but something. And then yeah, I digress. On September 2nd, we'll be visiting with Renee Bell, who played Lulu, Kirk's girlfriend, on Gilmore Girls. She's going to be talking to us about the Gilmore Girls and talking to us about some projects that she has upcoming as well. She was also on King of the Hill. I didn't realize she did voices on King of the Hill. So yeah, yes, you Texas people are gonna, yes. So we'll get to talk about that. Britt and Kat Chappelle, my daughter's going to come in August and talk about parental estrangement, not from me, but from their bio moms. And we're going to talk about that topic. Their new enemy from Dublin, Ireland, new alt metal band is going to come on the show. North Omaha cat lady Rosie from TikTok. And she's going to be here. The Rebel Eves, an amazing folk band, very queer centric folk band. Very much love that part about them. They'll be here as well as next week. Ellie from the Cancellations, great band from out in SoCal. So we've got so much great stuff coming up on the show. We already have so much talent here on the show. We've got 2 authors, we've got an accountant, we've got some amazing TikTok personalities, great moms, great women. Just I enjoy being around everybody in this panel and everybody associated with the show. It's just so amazing. I'm so privileged to get to be part of that. But especially this month, Hurricane Abby, and I forgot to do this last week, Abby, forgive me. But this month we're celebrating the year of dating myself, which was written by our very own Abby Rose Marin. Following a period of following a realization that dating was kind of going to shit for her. And then she thought she might want to take a year off to try to treat herself like the goddamn queen that she is. So would you favor us with a brief reading from your book? so that we can get a taste of it.
Shall do. And this one I feel like is very fitting, and I'm actually glad that because this was originally going to be last week's, and to have it this week too, especially with kind of what we've been talking about. Because this is an area where so during the year, my cat Salem's cancer had returned, knocked me on my tail, and I was trying to give myself a day to just kind of like settle, but I was getting very overwhelmed and thinking about certain men that were in my fucking orbit who were reminding me why, like, no, this is why I'm focusing on myself now. And, you know, I bet a lot of these guys would consider themselves good guys. You know what I mean? So I believe, yep, this particular passage begins basically right after learning that Salem's cancer has returned. And yeah, I was mentally in a pretty rough place. And it's actually the very beginning of the chapter, which is called Mothering. We'll not be reading the entire chapter, which means if you want to know why it's called Mothering, you'll have to go and get the book. So here we go. I went to work. I did home improvement projects. I brought Salem outside with me and hooked him onto his leash and let him explore the yard. I scooped him up afterwards and felt him sink into my arms. Fine, you're spoiled for the rest of your life, I told him. Just get better. The world felt beautiful and empty. I felt enmeshed and detached. The oncology vet was optimistic. Salem had responded well to his first round of chemo. They predicted that the second round would be just as successful. Gabe would drive Salem out to most of his chemo appointments, much like the first round. I was primarily in charge of Salem's medication, just like the first round. The only positive to Salem's first cancer diagnosis was that it had created such an all-hands-on-deck situation with that the lingering pain surrounding Gabe's and my separation was left to wither and die. It forced us to see that we could still work as a team, even though the terms and conditions of that team had radically changed. And I tried my best not to give any weight to the idea that Salem got cancer as a response to his parents breaking up. Salem's cancer solidified May as a month for rest. One night, I grabbed a book from my to-read pile. I sat in the wicker chair by my bedroom window. I propped my feet up on the windowsill. I opened my book and absorbed the pages. I deliberately picked a collection of essays in case I had to abandon the book when my summer semester began. I needed something that didn't carry the weight of obligation. I was exhausted. My grades for the spring semester had just come in. My 4.0 remained, but it was hard to celebrate. My phone sat across the room on my bed. I was behind on my messages. There were entire messaging apps that I hadn't opened in days. In the pile of unread messages were two men, both wondering when we could hang out. Innocent outings. Just something fun to do because, you know, I'm such a fun person. It's just coincidence that they also wish to sleep with me. There was a third man in my inbox who decided that now was the time to remind me that I should consider men that I had previously friend-zoned. Hint, he was talking about himself. This had been what made relationship hopping so easy. I always had someone vying for my time. I dove into all these innocent opportunities because what was the worst that could happen? But even if I'd wanted to, I couldn't fall back on my old patterns. I was drained. Everything felt overwhelming. Everyone wanted something. Everyone needed something from me. Everyone was demanding my time and my attention, and I didn't want to deal with the outside world anymore. I had just gotten into a tiff with some anonymous man online who told me that women just needed to pick better men, but also I needed to get off my high horse, stop pretending I was perfect, and stop being so picky. I was tired. I was tired of juggling everything. I was tired of having to do all this goddamn healing. I was tired of having to watch my every word, my every time I tried to heal out, I was tired of having to watch my every word every time I tried to heal out loud, lest it become fodder for retaliation. I was tired of feeling like I had to justify my every move. I was tired of feeling like I had to be the perfect victim or else the abuse must have never happened. I was tired of men fully knowing that I was dating myself and still throwing their names into the ring. I was tired of being reminded that these men just didn't care about my boundaries. I was tired of being told to pick better, and yet when I said that I was finally picking me, people came out of the woodwork to say that I'm bitter, to say, don't worry, the right man will come along. I was tired because earlier in the week, I had to explain to a guy friend that I didn't have the energy to talk about everything I didn't have the energy to talk because of everything with Salem. And my supposed friend gave me a flippant response before continuing to talk about his problems. When I held firm about my lack of bandwidth, he thought a proper apology was to send me a long-winded text about when his cat died. 2 days later, he asked if my therapist had figured out why I keep choosing assholes. It took brute force not to respond with, "It's the same reason why I haven't blocked your number." I was tired of feeling like my emotions were trivial, but my emotional labor was expected. I was tired of being told by complete strangers, but most importantly by me, that it had been 8 months since the relationship ended, so why don't I just get over it? I was so damn tired. I ended up only reading one essay before giving up and going to bed. Some other night would have to be a cozy reading night. That night, I just had to sit with yet more of my emotions.
Thank you for that. I haven't finished the book yet. I've heard it on audiobook, but that I can't wait to actually sit down and read it with the book in my hands. You can do that too. If you go to Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble, everywhere else they have books, and you can get it on Audible if you want to listen to it while you're commuting, or while you're just needing a body double around the house. It's a fantastic book, just fantastic. And I am so grateful that we have you as, well, first of all, as best friend, and also as a member of this group here.
Abby, do you
So
narrate the book
lucky.
yourself?
Sadly, no, but I will say that the person who does narrate it, she is such a phenomenal voice actress. I actually got a chance to pick essentially digitally audition alongside my editor, and when she came into the mix, it was like, oh, yes, her.
Yeah,
Awesome. Okay, I added both to my Libby.
Oh,
love it. Love it. I didn't know it was on Libby. I have to check that out. I guess I don't need 3 copies at this point, but yeah, I'm mad right now that I don't have the one I have isn't signed. I'm gonna have to mail it to you at some point and get it signed.
mhm.
But yeah, it's go buy that book. Just go buy that book. Open up another browser window, keep your audio on, you can hear us, but go buy that book. And yeah, I think the messages there are so empowering for women, and to finally realize that you can be treated the way you want to be treated by treating yourself that way. There you go. We're here tonight. We've got Betty Moritz from Gold Steps with us, and it's time for a little drinky drink. Yeah, little hydration break. Dr. Pepper for me. But yeah, um, I do want to get into some more about the band and about what you're doing next. And I'm wondering, you said you're not touring so much right now, but where are you playing, if anywhere?
So we have a bunch of dates booked all over Wisconsin. So one of the really cool things that happened for us recently was I had been posting, like, I basically copycatted like another band who I had seen that was like, oh my gosh, you just found this tiny band that was raised on this band and this band, and they answer every comment. So that's where the answer every comment kind of came from.
Hmm.
And then a couple of weeks ago, I decided to just throw it out there and be like, okay, right now we're only really playing Wisconsin right now because that's like, where we're based. So it's easy for us to get shows. We keep getting offered shows. So I had, I just like threw in like, you just found a tiny band from Wisconsin or whatever. And we got so many people that commented on it because one thing from being like from like a lesser cool state, I guess, is that like everybody knows about California, everybody knows about Florida, everybody knows about New York, like the bigger states that get like a bigger chunk of like just like the world's consciousness. But like who thinks about Wisconsin? So as somebody from Wisconsin who always talked about how great Wisconsin was, I basically like found all my people in there, and they just were like tossing out like, come to Wausau, come to Fond du Lac, come to Appleton, come to like North Central Wisconsin, come to Rhinelander, like all these different spots. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Like there's actually a desire for people in our own state. Oh my God, my light just died. Hold on.
No, you're fine.
But there were all these people that were reaching out and were just like, oh my gosh, like I want you to come like hang out. Like I want you to come play a show by me. And I was like, wait a minute, there's like a market that we didn't even realize really existed for us because we've never really thought about like marketing ourselves to North Wisconsin. That's just was like, oh, that's where we go on vacation to get away from it all. But then you realize there are people who live up there and they don't have a lot of opportunities. You know, it's a 4 hour drive for them to come to Milwaukee, and that's just maybe not feasible for them. And it's like, well, we can take a weekend and drive up there and go say hi and see them. Like, why aren't we leveraging that? So I started getting people in our DMs that were like, hey, I've got this resort up in Peshtigo. Do you guys want to come play a festival next year? Yeah, absolutely. I sure do. So that now we've got some stuff booked. The biggest place we got asked to come to is this area called the Fox Valley. So it's Appleton, Fond du Lac, and Oshkosh. So it's like in between Green Bay and Milwaukee. And so we were finally able to book this brewery, which brewery shows are amazing. I love them. They're so low key, chill. But people are excited to have something like to come out and like support. So we're playing a brewery in Appleton in September with some good friends of ours, a band called When the Sun Sets, who Courtney from Definitely Maybe sang guest vocals on a song with them. So that's just like kind of a fun full circle moment. I love our Chicago friends. So we're playing all over Wisconsin in the next couple of months. We're playing in Chicago. We're doing an emo prom there. And then hopefully lining up, like we're already booking into 2026. We've filled out the rest of our year. So now we're like literally like people are asking us to come play shows and we're like, all right, February 2026 and on, because we also have to make some time because we have more new songs that we're trying to track and get out too. So we're just going to be busy forever. And I love that.
Well, if you stay busy forever, you can never die. So that's my
true.
theory, at least anyway. But
I don't think my anxiety would let me die. Like
right.
There are
No.
people out there whose comment I haven't responded to yet.
Was it this last weekend that you also said you were taking a trip to Door County, or was that next weekend?
I'm going up to Door County this weekend. My father-in-law is coming to visit from Texas. So he loves lavender and he's never been to Door County. So we're going to take him up there. We're going to go, go up to Washington Island to go see the lavender farm. Yes.
Oh my God. I hope you have the best weekend. Please. I'll have to look on your socials for all the pictures because that's the best part, especially the road up to the island right before the ferry, that classic winding road and especially in the fall. I don't think people realize how beautiful Wisconsin is and how much it has to offer as far as the different landscapes. And I'm from one of those other big states now, so I'm telling you, it has nothing on Wisconsin.
It's just breathtaking. Like Zach's birthday's in October, so we went up a couple of years ago and we did the winding road, and we went up to Rock Island, which is it's an island that has no cars, no motorized vehicles. So we hiked the entire island. We got caught in a hailstorm on the northern side of the island, which was just it's like one of those things where you're like, wow, the world and nature is so much bigger. And it just took this like little reminder. And that's I think what I love about Wisconsin too, is like there have been moments where I've just forgotten that I'm a human, just being like I'm in awe of this gorgeous sunset I'm seeing. And I think that's one of the things that I think we can all really appreciate, no matter where we are. It's just like taking that moment to like look at the things that remind us like, whoa, there's something bigger than what I'm feeling right now. There's something bigger than what I'm going through. And let me just express some gratitude for the fact that I'm alive and experiencing whatever it is that's in front of me right now. Yes, Door County is so pretty.
That's beautiful. And that we all should. I feel the same, especially about Door County, Cave Point, Peninsula State Park. We have some gorgeous state parks up there. And being someone that grew up not even 2 miles from Cave Point, I took it for granted. And then I leave and people go, oh my gosh, those bluffs, all the bedrock, what you guys are known for those like where you jump into the water and almost not make it because the waves take you into the rock. Yeah, it's scary. And I was like, yeah, people were doing that at 7 years old. Like that was life. And I totally took it for granted. So you're right. Like we need to slow down and appreciate those moments.
We're not going to slow down just yet because we've got some bops to listen to here. Like, and honestly, this one is maybe my favorite because, no offense, but this one's going on my smash list because it's so fucking sexy, this song. It's Undercover. So tell me a little bit about this and then we'll watch the video. But that song gets all up underneath my skin.
So I don't know if anybody here knows the band 4 Year Strong, but they're like what's called like an easy core band. So they're a band that has like these really chuggy, like heavy riffs juxtaposed with like really like bright, like upbeat vocals. It's very fast. They're like a band that constantly gets like huge mosh pits, and big fan of them. They're great gym music because it's just like pumped up to the like nth degree. But we were on a small label for a little bit, and they were like, hey, so do you guys want to meet Alan? Like, why don't you go meet him when you guys are on tour? Like, spend the day with him, and if you guys like working with him, we'll fund, we'll pay for you guys to go do a couple songs with him. Of course, we hit it off with him. He's like one of our favorite guitarists and singers of all time. And so we go into the studio, and I'm in my like main pop girly phase. Like I'm like in love with Carly Rae Jepsen. Like, like we had just gotten through like summer of 2019 was when I went through like my big like pop girly phase. Like, the Aces, Muna had released an excellent record. Like there were all these like amazing like women fronted like pop groups that were just like just killing it. And so like I was in this like sparkly phase of my life, and I was like, I wonder what it would be like to like we brought in a bunch of vocal samples and stuff that I had like voice memoed, and we let Alan pick. And we were like, here's like a folder, like there's like a half dozen ideas in there. Which one do you like? And he picked that one. And so I was like, okay, good. This was like my version of like a Carly Rae Jepsen, like sexy song, because I don't write love songs. Most of my songs are like self-deprecating about my mental health or about like going through like a breakup or a friend breakup, things like that. So I was like, well, this song is about like, that moment when you see someone across the room and you're like, oh, well, I could picture a lot happening right now. And it was somewhat inspired by my husband, because when we first developed feelings for each other, we were seeing other people, but there was just something like magnetic between us. And the moment I knew he was like the one for me, we were at an 80s dance party at this bar called Barbarella in Austin. And so I was like, okay, I need to like honor that. Like I need to remember what that felt like to be like, oh my God, if I wasn't with somebody right now, there would be a sweaty, hot mess happening on that wall over there. So I had to like channel that. But that song is, I like always introduce it. I'm like, sorry, Mom, this song's about sex.
This is Undercover by Gold Steps.
Just for a second, it could have meant nothing. Don't know why I didn't go over, but you're moving closer. Try to hide my flesh, and you got me blushing. I can see what's on your mind. Okay, maybe so. I wanna get undercover, get under, get under, get undercover. Cover with you.
God, that's so hot. Like no, I can't explain. Like it's definitely got that pop sense to it, but it's sexy. Like it's
I
just
like I just like it's one of those like it feels like lightning in a bottle somehow because it's like I don't think we could ever replicate something like that. But I'm also laughing because we filmed that music video on our own, like we had no budget for it. So we literally hung sheets in our living room, like just bought a bunch of white sheets. So you can like if you're like looking closely, like you can see like there's like parts where I'm like trying to like how do I sexy shove this sheet off my face?
your poor
And
drummer.
we were so like we shot a bunch of scenes that never made it because the whole idea was that like oh it's supposed to be a sleepover, but then like as we were filming stuff we were like wait, is this giving the impression that we're all gonna have sex with each other? Because maybe that's not what we want to be doing. So then it ended up being this sheet thing, and we had a manager that came in and like kind of gave us like some advice and like worked with us for a little bit. And he was like, man, I just wish I had met you guys before you put that out because it just makes it. He was like, I feel like you could have done a video that spoke to the theme of the song, but was maybe done a little bit more in a way that kind of like worked with some of your other music videos. Cause he's like, you know, the music video before this was my first music video as a blonde. So before that, I had like varying shades of like hot pink hair. So he's like, so it's just like jarring, like image wise, to go from your last music video before that, where you're kind of like, you know, like you're spicy and you've got this like pink hair, and then all of a sudden you're this like vixenish blonde. Like, what's going on? Like, what? There's no like it just was maybe a little jarring for some of your like previous fans, and I was like, you know, you would think somebody at the label would have said something like that, but they didn't. They were just kind of let us do whatever we wanted and just like supported it. But yeah, in like hindsight, I'm like watching it and I'm like, I think maybe you can tell we all were like trading turns with like the iPhone because we shot that all on an iPhone, just by ourselves. So, but
Yeah.
hey, it's a music video. It turned out
I
fine.
couldn't tell.
No,
It did not
not at
look.
all.
That was so cool. I thought the concept was actually really cool. That was the first thing I noticed. I loved the Christmas light.
Yeah, the fairy
Oh,
lights.
I've seen that concept before in other media that I don't know if I can name on here, but I saw that was really cute. And now hearing your story behind it, I kind of like that because the pink hair, like you said, is a little more out and edgy and out there, but that blonde has like a playful cutesiness to it, which matches like the pop feel of the song. And so you don't expect like the suggestive undertones. You're just like it's so
Mhm.
subtle, and you get to play it off as innocent because you're just blonde now. You're just, you know what I'm saying? So it like worked, I think, way more well than you're giving yourself credit for.
I'm
Thank
gonna step
you.
away for just a second, y'all. I'm opening up the panel. Y'all ask Betty whatever you want to know. Okay, I'll be right back.
I'm an open book. I will answer pretty much any question you have.
Okay, my question is your songwriting more about healing, humor, or just calling yourself out before anyone else can?
Ooh, probably a mix of everything. I like to be the first one to like say that I used to tell the guys all the time because you know we coach each other like after shows like without trying to be mean but like hey so this part didn't sound right or whatever, and I used to tell them like don't come at me about a miss note. I already know in the moment that I fucked that up, and I'm not going to respond well to it because I'm the first person to know that I screwed something up, and I will always take ownership of it. You don't even have to tell me. Like I know it, and trust me, it feels just as bad as you guys hearing it. So like, you know, but as far as like, I like to put in humor into the songs because otherwise they do get too heavy. Like Rent Free, like cheeky is like I guess the adjective that I like to use. It's like very tongue in cheek. It's still playful, but at the same time, it's like I'm being playful for your benefit because I could just lay you all out like narcissist, but I'm choosing to soften it a little bit because I could just like slay you. But you know what? I'll give you a little bit of grace, I guess. You know, that's my gift to them. But I like to think that songwriting is a lot of different things and it's whatever you need it to be in the moment. Like sometimes I write a song and like we'll put it aside and we'll come back to it and I'll be like, whoa. Now that like listening to it back, like that was just like not the right take on it, or like we bring inspiration in from different places, and sometimes I'll go back and be like, that is a cool song. It doesn't fit the direction we're going right now, so let's set it aside or rework it. Like there was a song that I was obsessed with that I was like, this is the next one. Like we have to bring this out. The chorus is so good. We couldn't figure out how to end it. And so that song has sat in our demos folder since like 2020. And I don't think it'll ever see the light of day because now we've written so many better songs. It's and that's the thing. Sometimes I wish we had an outlet for that stuff, but I know also the guys are a little bit like, every musician is really precious about certain things. Like you just don't want those things that you don't feel like are 100% for your fan base. Like I would never put out a song, like we have actually put out a song that we didn't all feel 100% on. And I'm not going to name what that song is, but internally the band knows exactly what song I'm talking about. And then to find out that for some people, that's their favorite song of ours, and we never play it live. So I'm like, okay, we gotta bring her out a couple times because you never know. That might be somebody's song that they like have been waiting for us to play. We don't play it because we don't feel like it's our best song, but it clicked for somebody. And that person deserves to hear that. Like, that's why we put those songs out, because it meant something to us in that moment. And it just might be the song that means something for everybody.
Yeah, I was just that's why I was like, no, because like I know for Beyonce, Church Girl was like about 5 years old. And I know another song, Tyrone by Erykah Badu, that was like something that it wasn't even out yet. It was just like a tease, like, let me see what y'all think. And it's still a classic to this day. There's also another one, but I don't know. I think y'all should tease it. One day when y'all are performing, I think y'all should tease it and see, if the fans are feeling it. And if they are, put it out. I mean, of course, tweak it up if you have to, but I say go for it.
I love the topic of the that's the thing too. I think sometimes we get too narrow-minded and oh, we write songs like this. So when I write something like this, it doesn't quite fit. But at the same time, it's like, if it hits for somebody, and I like your idea, I've actually contemplated what if we just threw a tiny show and invited the diehards that the people that we've seen over and over again come to our shows. They've seen us play all the stuff that's out already. What if we just did something small and invited 30 people and we just played them our demos? Because that's the thing. I know in my head what I think sounds good, but you never know. You could throw a song out there and it could just be something that resonates in that moment for people. So I truly believe that there are no bad songs. There's just songs that hit the moment right. And those are the ones that seem to shine.
I want to be on that invite. I want to be on that invite list.
Well, that's the thing. I would love to live stream it too. I would love to do something like that and just be all right, people who really care about this band, what do you want to hear? Because I only know what I know and what I like. And I've written a bunch of songs. I've written some that's they have a country twang to it because I grew up listening to 90s country, and we'll probably I don't think we would ever choose to put something out like that. But I mean, look at, for lack of a better example, MGK, genre chameleon that he is. But I'm really digging a couple of his new songs.
I mean, you've covered Taylor Swift. You've covered Creed. I was listening to a Creed cover, One Last Breath, earlier today. So you definitely have range there, I think.
Thank you. That one started as a joke. So we were supposed to do a grunge cover for a compilation for our label, and we tried Hole, Celebrity Skin, which the concept of the song I love, and the lyrics I love. It's it's just this perfect anthem about how the world of celebrity and fame and being a rock star chews you up and spits you out. It's a great message. But no matter how I sang it, I just could not, I just was oh, people are gonna hear this and be it sucks, because how am I supposed to emulate Courtney Love? But then we were tossing ideas back and forth, and as a joke, we texted the label and we were hey, what if we covered Creed? They're not really grunge, but you could call it post grunge. And we were like, they're gonna like, we were like driving to a show. We were like, they're gonna hate us. They're gonna like kick us off the label. And one of the marketing people was like, you said it. I have to hear it. And we're like, oh shit, now we have to cover a Creed song. And I actually gained a lot of respect for it. Like, I'm not a religious person. I know Creed is like somewhat of a Christian rock band. But the song we covered is very much about like facing your fears and like based in like suicidal ideation in that way of like facing like I'm this close. I'm this close to the end. I'm this close to the edge. But there's a reason why I'm not stepping over. Whatever that reason might be. For some people, it might be religious. For some people, it could be family. It could be some other reason. After like listening to it and learning it and like singing it in my own way, I felt a deeper connection to it. And then randomly, Creed had this like crazy resurgence like last year. And I was like, okay, I think we were a little ahead of the curve of like Creed being a trend again.
I did not see that coming, frankly. I was like, no, I was pretty sure we were done with Creed.
The
But
video that went viral was from Milwaukee. It was from a venue over here called Turner Hall Ballroom. And it was a bunch of like shirtless, like frat boys, like singing their lungs out to Creed. And I remember seeing that and being like, well, number one, I didn't even know Creed was touring here. Number two, I think I know that guy. Number three, wow, okay, it still resonates with people. And I mean, our drummer was just at the Summer of '99 tour in Alpine Valley. And it was like a divorced dad rock festival is what we call it.
Love that.
it's the apex of butt rock there, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it though. But you made it, you made your version your own, as you do with anything that you do. There's no doubt who is singing the song. It's just that it might be something that somebody somewhere did to a lesser degree before. I'm not a fan or anything. I'm not biased at all. But no, I think, yeah, Gabrielle.
I did have a question. It's more of like a lighter note, but you know, I think you're probably one of the best parts of your band. But I know you have other bandmates and other members that play a big part of this. And I was just kind of wondering if you could give like a yearbook superlative to yourself and all your bandmates, like who would be the most likely to, least likely to, most anxious on stage, most fun. I just want to get an idea of all the personalities.
Well, I know our drummer would be biggest sweetheart. He is such a kind person and he's got these sparkly baby blue eyes. He's just very good natured. He's very like self-assured and he's also the first one to very kindly draw boundaries when the rest of us get out of hand. Like he is so chill, but at the same time very motivated. But I'm just gonna call him like he's the biggest sweetheart of the band. And then I would say that, all right, for Zach, I would say is the most humorous. He's the class clown because he's the first one to start goofing off. He's like, all of us are huge fans of Blink-182, but he's the first one to start with like the funny voices or like going into like, Blink-182 is famous for some of their like side banter and he can quote, it's called the Mark, Tom, and Travis show. He can quote it like beginning to end. And actually how him and I connected, which hopefully this doesn't lose me points with all y'all, but I'm a big South Park fan. I'm a huge fan of satire. And so like Zach and I like when like this is like I tell people this story because they'll never believe me. But when him and I first met, we went to Steak and Shake when I was auditioning for his band. He was like, let's go grab some food. So we went to Steak and Shake and I couldn't think of anything else to say. So I told him about the last thing I looked at on Reddit, which happened to be a subreddit about anal ink. So like tattoos on your butthole. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, and like, I think that's why like I come off sometimes like really awkward to people because I can only think of the last thing that I just like looked at or thought of. Like he used to say I was full of shinfo. So that would be my title. Most full of shinfo, which is shitty info. I was a big NPR listener. And so I would always report back about like the things that I learned that day. You know, it's something about history or nature or just like a pop culture fact. And he was like, you should start a column called like Shinfo of the Day or like tweet about it or whatever. And I was like, no, because then everybody, like, you find my weirdness endearing. I don't know if everybody will, but I'm the Shinfo queen. Besides also being the most petty. And then I'm gonna give our bassist Ryan, I'm gonna say that he has the best work ethic award because him and I are like the like team when it comes to being like the two people who are like most likely to run away with an idea, and the other two need to be like, okay, guys, now back to real life. Let's come down to earth. Like, but you'll notice like Ryan and I will be like posting together a lot. Like he helps me shoot most of the videos that you see, like all of like the vertical like TikToks and stuff. Like that's mostly Ryan. And Ryan is the first one who will like kind of help pull out of a slump when like I'm like second guessing myself. He'll be the first one to be like, it doesn't matter because you just make something new. It's okay. Like him and I are probably like the first ones that come together to start writing. So I'll say that he has the highest work ethic of the band besides myself. So, and he's also a pilot. And he's like a super husband. He just
Like,
got married and
of the
he's a
planes?
pilot. Yes.
Or wow.
He is a photographer. He is a pilot. He is a wonderful husband, wonderful dog dad, a great son and uncle to his niece and nephew. And he also has like a really cool job being like he works for the Metropolitan, like the Milwaukee Metropolitan Association of Commerce. So his whole job is to like convince companies to like move their headquarters or set up a business in Milwaukee. Like he is like, Brian's so cool, man. Like he's really cool. But so John's our biggest sweetheart. I am the most petty. And then Zach is the class clown. And then Ryan is like most likely to succeed. We'll call him that.
Thank you for indulging my question. And now I feel like I know you guys more on a more intimate level. Like that was really cool.
That really does help because we haven't talked much about the guys in the band there. I mean, we're a women's show about women, but you know, it is interesting to see the dynamic that makes the band because you're not up there singing by yourself.
No, and they're great. Like I like the one thing that I'm like we are like need to work on so much more is like interacting with each other because I think like I forget because my focus 100% of the time is like the audience, but then I'll like go see a band. Like we just saw, do y'all know Winona Fighter?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know Winona Fighter, you need to check them out. Their lead singer Coco, she plays like all the instruments, I believe, on the recordings, and she's just this fucking spitfire. Like she is unapologetic. She's like everything. Like I felt like she gave me permission when I saw them last week to be like, oh, I can be a little more like I can be a little more like out there on stage. Like I don't have to feel like I need to be a little more like apologetic about who I am. Like I can be a little more in your face. Like check them out. Her name is Coco. She's the lead singer. They're from Nashville, but she, I believe, comes from the Boston hardcore scene. So they're very like in your face. Like they're like if Bayside had a female singer, and she kicks ass. Like I don't think she stopped moving the entire show. So like definitely like aspirational goals for me. So check out Winona Fighter.
I was going to say you don't exactly just stand there in the middle of the stage yourself. Like although I don't know how those high platform boots that I've seen you wear in some concerts, it makes my feet hurt just watching.
You'll see me catch myself. I used to trip a lot more before the high boots actually because I had a cord on my mic. Now I have a wireless microphone which allows me to wear higher boots. And I like the boots because they make my legs seem longer. So I seem like bigger and taller and like more intimidating. So I like that. But you'll like sometimes like I'll have like video footage where you'll see me like catch myself and then I just try to turn it into a cool dance move. But I also like the platform boots because they have as a girly with wider feet, they have more room to move in them. So like I wore Vans for a show like 2 weeks ago. I cannot tell you how bad my feet hurt the next day. And I was like, I can wear 6-inch platforms and I feel great the next day. I wear Vans for one day that I haven't worn in like 2 years and I want to cut my toes off. What the hell?
I mean, we pay the price for our footwear. That's the woman tax. I believe I've learned that during my transition. But and our producer just texted me and was like, "Get Winona Fighter on the show now."
Do it because they're literally like they're the next band to become like they're like the next Stand Atlantic.
I'm still getting the concert from the other room right now. We've moved on to Epic the Musical at this point. Um, but we are sadly swiftly approaching the end of this show because God, this is time has flown by here, I think, and I really like I've obviously been waiting for this particular episode for a while because I'm a pop punk girly and you're like literally the kind of music that I would be, listening to definitely maybe. I'd be listening to Glimmers, I'd be listening to old Paramore. But when I found Gold Steps, I was just like, no, nope, 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 that's my band. You know, sorry, Honey Revenge, I have a new favorite. But I am so happy that you got to come on the show. We're besties now. Okay. So yeah. About this time at the end of every show, we do each give our final thoughts as every hurricane has an aftermath. So I will start with final thoughts with Abby. What are your final thoughts for tonight?
I'll say first and foremost, Betty, thank you so much for coming on to the show. You are so incredibly talented, so incredibly beautiful, might I add, as well. And I think my final thought in general is just how empowering the petty music can be and how wonderful it is to take things that can get under our skin and be like, you know what? No, I'm gonna turn it into something that is both cathartic and awesome and wonderful and empowering.
I love it. Power. It's been my theme lately, power. So JL, what are your
Yeah,
final thoughts for
absolutely.
tonight?
Well, I'm just so excited to have gotten to get to know a little bit more about you and your fantastic, amazing music. I love that you share so honestly about what it means to move on, to rise up, and sometimes get a little even. So I'm I love that, healing isn't always quiet and sometimes it's loud, it's bold, and it's even beautifully messy. So thank you so much again for sharing that experience with us. And I definitely wish you the best. So may your pen stay sharp, your heart stay full, and your voice keep lifting others out of their own ashes. So keep going.
Thank you. I love that you say that it's beautifully messy because our next single that's coming out is called Beautiful Mess.
No, I love it.
It is. I'll send
Yes.
it. I'll send I have the master. I'll send it to you, Sheila.
Ooh, I get a little early listen.
Yes.
I love it. Yes, I'll send you my details later. Or you got my email. Send it to me. There, can't wait to hear it. And Gabrielle, your final thoughts for tonight.
I'm very overwhelmed. I'm very glad to have been here. Always, it's a pleasure, Sheila. Thank you. And then to meet you, I just, oh my gosh, Betty. It's when you were talking about how your songs, even if they may not be your favorite at the time, how you know that they have an impact and they mean something to someone, that's what I'm feeling. And so I just, again, Beautiful Mess. I'm glad that's the name because that's exactly fitting. I love the idea that I thrive in the chaos and I find a lot of beauty in the chaos. I find a lot of beauty in the messy. And as someone that has struggled severely mentally, I relate a lot to how therapeutic it can be to let it out that way. And I think that's important. And that's what art is supposed to be. That's what it was always meant for. And so seeing this, I don't know, like maybe I'm going to have to dig out of my old archives and my old playlist and what used to make me feel that empowering, motivating, boss babe energy and kick-ass like women. I you have me wanting to revamp a whole playlist. So my final thoughts are let's keep bringing like the badass woman back. Let's bring back that vibe. Let's keep being cathartic and unashamed of letting that out.
I love
Absolutely.
that. We have reconstructed Gabrielle tonight, and I love it.
You did.
Love to
I'm
see
starting to
it.
cry.
It's Gabby's first show here with us, and you're coming back, right? Come on back. Of
No,
course.
I'm
We've got
I'm a
great music.
disease. You're not getting rid of me.
Yes, yes, I love it. There is no cure, nor is there a need for it. Morgan, your final thoughts for the night.
I'm sleepy, but Liz, your music is amazing. And I know for a fact you will soar. Oh, excuse me. You and
We've
your
got Momo up past her bedtime, and now here goes Abby.
shut up. Your band is gonna soar far in the heights, and I can't wait for what's in store for you, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I did things today for my post-op anniversary.
And congratulations on 3 years.
Thank you.
So happy for that. And we will listen to one more song at the end of the show. Here we're gonna play "Missing Out." It's one of my new favorite tracks from you. But Betty, tell us a little bit about where we can find you. We're obviously we can go on all the places music are, but tell us where we can find you on the web, all of this stuff, and your final thoughts for tonight.
You can find us at Gold Steps Music on TikTok and Instagram. So at Gold Steps Music. And then goldstepsmusic.com is our website. We couldn't snag that very sweet URL on Facebook. So if you are a Facebook person, we're at Gold Steps MKE, so MKE for Milwaukee. We are going to be on the road in Wisconsin for a few dates. We've got a couple of Illinois dates coming up too. So keep an eye on our Spotify and our bands in town. That's where we post all our tour dates, besides on our social media channels. And my final thoughts for tonight are, man, I hope I didn't exhaust y'all. I've gotten that feedback before. I can be a lot, but that's okay because I think women are used to feeling like they're a lot or being told that they're a lot. And it's not that we're a lot, it's that we have a lot to share and we have so much emotion and beauty and kindness and thoughts to share. We don't necessarily always get that outlet. So it is so nice to speak with a bunch of women and be able to share all of these feelings with each other and have such great conversation, because this isn't an opportunity I get to come by a lot. I do a lot of podcasts with that are like, it's guys, and that's cool and all, but it is so nice to like meet such a wonderfully dynamic group of women who are killing it in their respective fields, and I'm just really grateful to be here. If you ever want me to come back, and I'm really sorry if I dominate the conversation, I'm just a blabbermouth, but that's sometimes that can be fun, I guess.
In fairness, you warned me about this the first time I talked to you. You're like,
did.
I'm 5'0" and a ball of energy, and I tend to talk a lot. And I was like, please come on our show. please get over here because we need that. And I always say this, if I'm too much, go find less. So
I love that.
yeah, you're never too much for us, and we would love to have you back anytime that you feel like just getting together with your girlfriends here and just having a good kiki. Anytime. Very happy to have you. And I always get the pleasure, the final thought. I am going to have to decompress a lot tonight because this was a big one for me. I love every show that we do and every guest that we have. We have phenomenal women on this show. This one's one I've been looking forward to for a long time, and I'm very lucky in that a lot of my favorite bands I have in my contact list. So if I hear a song that I like, I can be like, oh my God, Courtney, oh my God, Betty, this riff, this lyric, what the fuck, what was going on there, and I do love that I get that, but I am so happy to have you on the show and showing us the power that music has to bring women strength and to imbue us with autonomy, with the authority that comes from within ourselves to be who the fuck we are and tell everybody else who doesn't like it to get wrecked. I love it. And that's really it.
Get
I'm
wrecked,
trying to
Sheila.
pass. Yes.
No, it's supposed to be the other word.
Oh, get fucked. Right. Yeah.
There you go.
That's the one. Yeah, that's my particular brand. They're usually, I forget I'm not on TikTok at the moment, but these are the kind of values that I'm trying to teach my daughters and trying to share with them. And I appreciate that there are women out like you out there that are living that life, and all of you here in the panel that are being strong women here in this world, even when we feel like we're about to break into pieces, we keep going because that's all we can do. But once again, join us next week for the cancellations. Y'all have to hear that by now. Like, literally, is that not coming through? Oh my gosh, she's wailing in there, and I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. The cancellations next week. And we will be visiting with yet another great band and getting to know another powerful female voice. But before we leave tonight, we're going to listen to Missing Out by Gold Steps. And I hope you all come back next week. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like, share with your friends. Check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts later. If you want the audio version, go there. Check out WHDR Hurricane Girls Radio. It's in the link in my bio and on TikTok if you follow me there. For tonight, for myself, for Hurricane Gabrielle, Hurricane Morgan, Hurricane Jay, Hurricane Abby, Hurricane Mary, who had to leave a little bit early, Hurricane Jen, and Sim, and for our new Hurricane Betty. Have a good night. And as always, chin up, tits out, ladies. Here is Missing Out by Gold Steps.
Life keeps getting in my way. Looking through a lens, it's distorting everything.
And that was Gold Steps, one of our best of shows here for Hurricane Girls. We are getting ready. We're taking the rest of the month off until the 23rd, and we will be coming back with Dr. Francois Scarborough Clemens. Yes, Officer Clemens from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And oh, we got a lot to talk about there. Grammy winner, actually, I think. Yeah, he's had quite the career, and he will also be the first cis man to appear on our show. And the week after that, right at New Year's, we're going to be having Lamb Chop and Mallory Lewis. Oh my gosh. So come heal your childhood soul here with the Hurricane Girls. My name is Sheila Chappelle. I'm here just just finishing up the end of this show. And I just want to tell everybody thank you for being part of season 3 of Hurricane Girls. We got a couple more best of shows, and then on to the new stuff, season 4 starting right before Christmas. So I'm really happy to that we've had such success with this, and that we've been able to book such great guests into the new year. We'll have bands like Noxie and Try Anyway. We're going to have my daughter, Britt Chappelle, on to talk about parental estrangement. And we're going to have Hermie Chappelle, my other daughter, on for her birthday just to celebrate teenagehood. And so I hope that you will all join us for these wonderful shows coming up Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. If you don't want to miss it, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, share it with your friends and family, and anybody else who think. Yeah, once again, coming up, Officer Clemens from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Lamb Chop, and so much more. We're going to close out tonight, though, with a little tribute to Mother Lilith. So mote it be. Chin up, tits out, ladies. Have a good night. And we are getting ready to, let me get ready to roll it here in just a second. Here it goes. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I would. It's an unsupported format. Let me try grab another file really quickly. Here we go.
Later in my arms, so tiny and red, I watched her breathing softly in that warm in bed. Brand new to the world, sleeping on my chest. Haven't known a night since then that I felt so rested. Been a long while since that very first diaper. Every tear that fell, his mama was the wiper. Blink one time and suddenly she's running so strange. Just gotta know her and everything changes. Oh, my darling little child, ain't it funny how time runs wild? How quickly moments turn into years. How quickly you conquer all your fears. One day I'm helping you get dressed, the next you say you can do it best. It's bittersweet knowing the child I really love is the person I'll miss the most versions of. Walked her through the park, let her chase the ball, wander Toys R Us inside the mall. Always stopped at McDonald's for those chicken nuggets. Her first haircut I learned online, had to rough it. And then before I knew it, anime replaced toys, and she says she likes girls and not those boys. She's got school friends now, my plans shift over, 'cause this weekend's their big sleepover. Oh, my sweet you've grown so mature now, coming into your own. Not just bright, not just a sharp mind, but authentically good, loving and kind. I'm grateful I've lived to see this part. It's true to know